Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Vibes. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Thanks to all my new Crafty friends and my subscribers for coming to my channel. So today we went to my mother-in-law's, Nanny, we call her Nanny, and I went by the Ollie's over by her house. And now pre-Ollie's, before today, when I went the other day, I got some things at my Ollie's by where I live, but she had all new things at her Ollie's. So I'm going to share those with y'all. Now, this here is a little devotional type book that I bought. And yes, it was $6.99, but it is so pretty. And yes, it's going to be used for crafting. It's beautiful, y'all. This is such a pretty cover, okay? Now, I'm going to take this apart, okay? I will use this later for another journal, but however, this inside part has all the months of the year, okay? Very pretty, and I can take this apart, and I'm going to use every month in an Edith Holden type birthday month journal, which I think this is so pretty for that. I mean, literally every month is in here. And it's also a sewed in type journal with thread, so I'll be able to take it apart very easily and be able to reuse it again. So it's going to be so pretty. But I thought this was so pretty, y'all. I had to share this with y'all because even the little pages are gold. I would like to have one for my personal self, but $6.99, you know, I will read it, but I will also take it out and work on it. So it's absolutely stunning. I just love this. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do with that. I thought it was so pretty, I just had to share it with you. Now, okay, so my Ollie's, I'm gonna keep showing you kind of those things too, but they had some top stitch needles. They were 99 cents. I think, or maybe $1. Maybe she rang it up $1, but some of them said 99 cents, but I think she probably said $1. But anyway, but those were like little top stitch needles for heavy duty fabrics. So those are nice. Okay, and then I did end up picking up some sticky thumb dots. They say they're flat. No, I should have opened it already. I just wanted to see, it has 150 pieces, and I'm not really a big fan of sticky dot type things, but I didn't know what they look like, how big they were, so I just kind of wanted to see in case y'all were interested too. Okay, so when you open it, oh, okay. So they're probably, oh my God, they're very sticky, y'all. They're actually great. Okay, and they're a pretty good size. Yeah, so they're bigger than 1/4 of an inch. So they're about 3/8 to 1/2. So that's a nice size sticky dot, if you can even see that. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, well, they have a lot of these left over there, so you never know. I may go back and get a few more. I'm not usually a big fan because I don't really trust. These are very sticky, and they land flat, so that's nice. And they had one of these left, and I bit the bullet, and I went ahead and got it, but it's $2.99 for 30 yards of 3/4 inch elastic, which is a really good deal for that. So you can make all kind of things with that if you like to sew. So I got that. Now, okay, let's move on from that. And let me see. Okay, there's a few paper packs, but we'll get to those later. I'll show you. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you as we go along, this was from my mother-in-law's Ollie's. These are really pretty, y'all. These are nested cookie cutter hearts. Those are very nice quality. Now, I'm thinking these were only $1, okay? When I got that home and I got to looking at how pretty that was and how pretty it's packaged, I thought to myself, well, you know, you could make these and put them in like a little gift tote thing for Valentine's or something, or just as a little housewarming gift or whatever. They had a ton of these, and I'm thinking I may go back and do that for my like craft fair and just like, or different things. I don't know. I just thought to myself, you know, as much paper, I mean, that would be a nice little something to put down in something that you make for a little thing, you know, a giveaway or something. I thought that would be pretty. So I loved when I seen that. When I got it home and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, okay, that could work. Okay, now they had these up by the register. They have 3 in a pack. Okay, these were 99¢ at my Ollie's by my house. I thought they were very nice. I don't know how good they do. You know, so, you know, sometimes you can get them and they're very flimsy, you know, but I bought a few packs, not many. I think I got me a pack to put up, and then I've got a couple more because I'm gonna make some little things with it for Christmas. So I thought those would be really cute little gifties, and those were pretty, so I said I'm gonna try those. So those were 99¢. That's the only 2 kinds, and when I went back over there this week, they were all gone. So I'm kind of glad I went ahead and got what I wanted to get. Okay, I hear Jaden talking. All right, these are chalk markers. I don't know if y'all have gotten those, but they're called Handmade Modern, and you can erase it. But it's supposed to be for wood bases with chalk markers and wood sticker designs. Easy to outline and blend chalk markers, simplify the art of realistic portraits. Okay, well, when I opened this up, y'all, the other day, like, it writes like a marker. So I don't know if it, like, has chalk in it or what it has. So let me see. I mean, it kind of, oh, it's really pretty on your skin. Can you tell how pretty that is on my skin? That may not come off my finger. Okay, let's see. Oh, you see the difference in it on the paper and on the skin? Huh. So I think it kind of writes on wood. Let me see. All right, like, let's see if it writes on this piece of wood right here. Let's see if we can do a little heart. Let's try it and see what it does on this piece of wood. Well, my heart's not looking too good, is it? Hey, it's pretty cool, y'all. It's pretty smooth. Huh, okay. It's not too bad. As it dries pretty quick. Can't really tell that's a heart. I'm horrible at that. I better stick to paper crafting. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to bump you. But it comes with these colors, so it's pretty. Yeah, that didn't do too good on my heart, now did it? But anyway, you get my gist. You get my gist. But they're nice. Those are nice. So yeah, I got a couple packs of those. So for $1, you know. Well, actually, they were $1.99. Okay. I thought they were $1. I thought she rang me up for $1. Now look, that is sticking to my finger. I don't even know if that'll wash off, y'all. Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some fingernail polish remover. Don't put it on your finger. Okay, it's sticking to the wood and it dried. That's the worst heart I think I've ever seen. That's awful. Ain't that horrible? But anyway, okay, so those were by my store. Okay, and the fingernail files. Okay. Now, was really cool. This was by my store. This was at my store. Phrase ephemera. Only got one. It is Big Top Dreams. And it's 10 pieces. And some of them have foil. And then you got 10 with foil. 30 with just cardstock pieces. So this is what is in the package. They had so many of these. I mean, there were tons and tons and tons of these. So that's pretty good. And then they had these. These were $1. And that's pretty cute. Okay. So, I thought that was cute. And they didn't have any girl ones. I wish they'd have had a girl pack. But they didn't. They didn't. Okay. Now, let's keep moving. Let's see what else I found. Okay. Okay, so I found these today at my mother-in-law's store. Tags and Tassels, Jen Hadfield. I love these, and I'm sure they had a ton more. There were those bins at her store was so full, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in here. I was so overwhelmed. I just got a few things. I was like, I didn't even know what to think. But it says, hello, yay, love, and happy day. Those are really pretty for $1. Anytime I see something like this, I get it because it's so great for journals or whatever. Okay, that was a nice sign. I only got 2. Okay, and then if y'all hear rattling back in the background, that's Brad coming in here. Okay, now these are embossing folders. $1. $1. Look at the design on that. I could not believe that. This is A2 size. They had a ton of these. Only got one. I don't know how many other people in the world emboss right now, but I love to emboss things sometimes. I hadn't really gotten into it a whole lot. I do have some embossing folders. These designs are so pretty. I could not believe those were $1. I was shocked over that. I was like, are you kidding me? However, you know, you can only buy so many things. So, especially if you just bought some things like I just did. So I had to kind of like, well, I gotta wait. I'm gonna wait and hope for the best. Okay, I found one pack of these. I'm sure they had more. I mean, things were just stacked on top of each other in these bins, and it was just like crazy. But these are pretty. These were $1. Okay, and these are American Crafts. These little white little bags. They're so cute. They're so cute. I love them. Those were cute. I've seen people hauling those, so those were nice. Okay, and I found this. And I got the quill pen the other day. And they had tons of these. And this is 12 wide by 96 inches long. And it's rose gold. And I think you make your own gold letters, y'all. Do you see that? That is so cool. So I don't know how to do it. I've never done it, but I'm gonna experiment with it because for like $1 and the $1 for the pen, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I don't know, you know, but we will see. Okay, so that was nice. That was really pretty. I really was happy to get that. I thought that was a really nice find. Okay, because just to play around with it and experiment with it, I thought that was pretty nice. Okay. Now, another thing I found, now it's nice, however, it was not very thought through when they made it. Like, they didn't give it a lot of thought process. Now this is, and I only got one, and it was $1, and I didn't know. I took it up there to see. But it is a time capsule album is what they're calling it, and it's Heidi Swap. Okay, and I'm going to take it out of here because I've already opened it. However, it's got some little stickers that go with it. It has 14 stickers, 8 envelope pages, and 8 note papers. And it also had this little band on it. What did I do with that? Okay, here it is. Okay, I had taken it off because it fell off a while ago. But anyway, it's got these little stickers. It's really cute. And it had this little, like, band on it, the end of it, like this. So it had like a little closure band. Okay, now, to me, when I say they didn't think it through, it's very, like, this part's very cheap made on here. Okay, but that's a quick fix. You can put another piece over that, another color, and you can also put some lace around it. That's what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be very pretty. Now, when you open it, okay, it's meant to be like this, okay, but you can see it's come apart right there. That has to be fixed. That's what I'm saying. When it wasn't very thought through on this part, like it just didn't have enough sticky, and then it did the same thing on the back. Okay, because it's intended to kind of like sit like that, you know, but it's not. That's a very, I don't know if that would even work out that way, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to try to fix it back and see what it does. Okay, now these are very nice books. I mean, they're very, you can always go back and like redo this cover too. You can put something else because it's got that cheaper paper, like it's got that shiny paper. I would totally want to cover that up, and I would probably put maybe a little pocket or something here with some little lace over it. I thought that would be nice. Okay, and they had a bunch of these. I only got one because I didn't really know, but when you open it, what's so cool about it, okay, I said that you can put a little notch like here, so you'll know that there's little things. Okay, each one has a little sheet of paper in it, which is so cool. Okay, and it kind of coordinate colors, and I thought that was neat. And you can even, you know, it's got room, I believe, and you know me, how I am by adding things, I'm extra. Okay, now you can like put like a little, maybe a flip out something here, or you know, maybe a little another pocket or a side tuck or just whatever, you know, that would make a good, and you could do the same thing on kind of on the back. So I thought it would be really cool or interesting to see how you could redo, but this would have to be like revamped or fixed. I mean, even on the back one, because it did the same. And a lot of these books we buy, but for $1, I mean, every one of these has a little piece of paper in it that matches it, like the first one, and it's just really cool. Like, and you can redo this. You know, you can put more paper, you can do whatever, and I think it does have room to grow. You see, you know, and that's the thing. I could, you know, that can be fixed. That can be fixed. That's an easy fix. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. And you can even put something there. And you would have to definitely, you know, work on that and stuff. Excuse me. But for $1, yeah. And if they still have some, like, because I got to go back over to my mother-in-law's because she's got 2 huge pear trees that she planted, like, when they first moved in that house. And oh my gosh, Lee, it's been, I don't even know how long they've been living in that house, but they're huge now. And and they're loaded with pears, and I make pear preserves, and she makes them, but I don't think she's going to do it this year. But Anyway, but I got to go back over there and get some pears. So if I have some extra money, you know, by next week, I'll go back in there and maybe get a couple more, just kind of see what I can do with them. I don't know if it's even worth fooling with. I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think it's worth fooling with it? I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking, but anyway, okay, so they had these. Okay, this is not a collection I'm familiar with. I've never seen this collection. It is called Areas Garden Notes by Bo Bunny. I don't know, 2017, that's why I'm not familiar with it. This is before I started paper crafting. It's pretty. I only got 4 sheets because they were 25 cents each, and they had, and when I say stacks, like literally, I want to say the stack was probably 2 feet tall, each stack of papers. This is the only one. They had some muted ones, like, and they had some bright yellow Brazil, you know, that, is that the paper is called? Is it called Brazil? The little paper with the texture on it, like the cardstock. They had some of that, but they had like a bright yellow and a blue, and I don't need that for anything right now, but they had so much of that, y'all. But this was pretty. I thought this sheet was pretty, so I got 4 pieces of that because they're literally 25 cents. But I'm thinking, okay, well, that, you know, I can get that for 25 cents. Okay, they had these over there. And this is so crazy because this is the Michaels thing, Recollections. But they're clear envelopes with, they're 20 pieces. And, you know, we can use these for craft fairs. And I do think they have the seal on it, because I can kind of tell through the bag. I just wanted to take it out and look because, you know, I like to seal my things up. But they look like they, yeah, they've got self-sealing. Yeah. So that's for $1. That's really nice. Okay. They had a lot of those. We only got a couple for right now. So, if I make something and it fits in there, then I'll go back over there. But this is the only size that they had, was the A2 size. So that's, you know, that's pretty good for that. So I thought that was cool. Okay. And this, y'all. Okay. I can't even tell you how much in love I am with this. I cannot tell you, y'all. Okay. And the first thing when I walked in was this beautiful Bo Bunny chipboard. 32 pieces. Look at how pretty that is. And it says, from my heart to yours. It is very nice and is very sturdy looking chipboard. I can't get over how pretty that is. There's the back. I mean, I love it. That's gonna make something very beautiful. They had so much of this. I couldn't even handle myself. I got 5, but they were $1. I thought that was very nice for $1. That is so pretty. I can't even get over how pretty that color is. Vintage looking, screaming at me. It's just beautiful. I'm sure I have some paper in this house somewhere that will go with this. We're gonna get it. We're gonna find some paper to go with this. Okay, so that's so pretty. I could not, and it was so much. I just had to cry and walk away. I was like, I can't pay for it all. It's too much. I was like, what am I gonna do? Okay, they had these, a lot of these. Okay, this is washi tape. And it's Pink Paisley by Paige Evans. It's called Turn the Page. And there are 3 different pieces in here of washi's. Okay. So you have this little sheet here on the front. Okay, let me make sure. I guess it's stuck to that. Oh, look, y'all. You know what that is? Acetate, piece of acetate. Okay, I got you upside down, don't you? Okay, that's really pretty. This is pretty. I love this. Got little daisies, kind of flowers. So cute. Okay, and then you got this one that is, look at the little cups. Look at the little teacups. Oh, I'm sure I got paper that matches this from Joann's when I went and got all those sheets. Never, ever give up. Seize the day. Change is good. Fresh start. Let life surprise you. New beginnings. Go for it. This is so cute, y'all. Yeah, I only got 3. I was good. I was trying to be good. They had tons of this. I mean, I can't even make it up. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, and then they had these. Alright, what did I lose? I'm trying to see what I lost. Okay, these were $1.99. Makes 20 cards. So pretty. 580 pieces. Heidi Swap. This is the Sell Away collection, which I have a ton of this paper. I love this paper. I have a lot of things from this collection that I had gotten at Joann's over the time when they were closing, called Set Sale. I love it. But we know that 391 of those are pop dots. Okay, just saying. Okay, but that's okay. But this is so pretty. But you get 20 envelopes. You get 48 pieces of ephemera, 8 gold foil cards, 12 pattern cards, 391, of course, pop dots, 95 stickers, and 6 washi strips. So that's really pretty. Okay. So I thought that was very pretty, very nice, and I'm going to have a lot of fun making stuff with that. So that was $1.99. I did get 2 of those because I love that so much. However, that's all I could get at the moment. Okay. Now, and then they had this new box of cards over there. Only one. They only had one. This is the Paige Evans Garden Shop. And it was $1.99. And it's got some pretty little designs in the back, and it's 4 of each one of those, so that's pretty nice. Those are nice. And I make a lot of card pack things and sell them at my craft fairs, and I literally have one here I can show y'all, but I'm gonna revamp it this year because I want to, because I want to give them more room. But anyway, but this is my little pen, and they're really pretty, and they get like so many, and I think those are the 2 extras that I give them when I put it in the pack. And that's one reason why I wanted to kind of revamp, because I always like to put a bunch of cards. You know me, I'm so extra. But I put them in here. And this was my sample, and people have just beat it up so bad. But usually I would just like do it like this. Okay, and the cards, and I would just like kind of line them in here. You know, make it like a nice little gift pack. Yeah. But I want to redo them because this was kind of, and I want it to last them. But this has gotten kind of beat up because so many people have been fooling with it. But it's really nice, and it's really pretty. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do. And I sell them for like dirt cheap. So about $4. So, you know, I sell, this is the only one I got, I think, left. So, but I sell them pretty good. But I want to kind of redo it a little bit. But anyway, that's what I do with most of these cards, is that kind of thing. Okay. Now, really fast, the video is getting kind of long, but I'm trying to get it all in. So this is 50 sheets, neutrals, Park Lane, and these are the colors. These were $1. So that was really nice. They only had one. They only had 1 pack of those. Okay. All right, and then this was at my Ollie's, in which they had these at the other one too. But this was $1.99. This is what's so crazy. This is Hobby Lobby. How did this end up there when they still got a Hobby Lobby? That doesn't make sense. Okay. And I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's solid core. I mean, it looks like it is. But I just wonder when you cut into it, is it solid? I hope so. Because it's not saying one way or the other. But it's kind of cool colors. You know, I thought those were nice. But $1.99. Okay. And then they had these at my Ollie's. And this does say solid core. Now, this ain't Paper Studio. This is Astro Designs. But these are pretty colors. Okay, these have mid-tone colors, and these are only 32 pounds, so these are kind of paperweighty, but I love this because I'm going to use these in my Edith home journals. I thought that colors would be really pretty at this weight. Okay, really soft colors, so I thought that was pretty. And we're almost getting to the nitty-gritty here. This is really cute. This is 12 by 12. Okay. This is a metallic finish, and these are the 3 colors. This is 65 pound. This was $2.99. Has 36 sheets. So, and this is metallic-y. It's so pretty, y'all. Like, I mean, it is just that metallic shimmer. This is so pretty. Look at that little birds. They're so cute. That's so cute. But they had that. They only had, I think they had 2 or 3, but I only got 1 the other day. So that was from the other day. Okay, and then this was from the other day. They only had 1 of these. This is called, now this was $1.99. 29 designs, 2 sheets each, recollections. This is Michael's, but this is so pretty. Y'all, this is beautiful. This paper right here is so pretty. What time is it? Okay. This is really pretty. And I know you probably, I don't know if y'all can get these. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't want to spend a lot of time, like, wasting. But it's absolutely stunning. That's gold foil. That's really pretty. And then there's some tan, and then this color. Look at that, looks like a rug. Looks like a rug. And then there's like a color, I'm not sure if that's a green or an olive or a brown, or I don't know. It's pretty. That's really pretty. But yeah, this is a nice paper pad. I mean, it's really nice. Look how pretty that is. Yeah. Can we say we've turned into a paperholic? Is that something Jaden used to say, Mama, you're going to have to go to Crafters Anonymous. Look how pretty, y'all. Look at that gold foil on that. I love that page, y'all. It's beautiful, and there's only 2. And they only had 1 of these. And that was like a week or so ago when I went over there. They don't have any more. I haven't seen it anywhere. I thought it was so pretty. Yeah. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this one. Well, it looks like that got dirt on it. It looks like it's dirty, but it's kind of not. I think it's just in the paper. Looks like it's got trash on it, unless somebody, I don't know. That looks like a piece of leather. There's some more gold foil. Look at that. So cute. Now look at this. I love this sheet. I love this piece. So pretty. Yeah, there's some nice paper. That's almost like an, I don't even know what color that could be. So pretty, oh. Look at how pretty. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it. Oh, look at that. You can almost feel that raised up, but it's not raised up, but you know what I'm talking about, like it's like the bumpy something on the curtains or whatever. So cute. Look at this sweater pattern. Oh, this is pretty. It's got gold foil. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping this up really quick. Okay, that's really pretty. That was a nice find. And I got one more that I found today. This is the last item, and I just dropped that. Okay, this was $3.99. It looks white right here. However, it's not. It's 65 pounds. It's metallic finish, and it's like a subtle gray. It looks white, but it's not. Because see, you can see the difference in white. Because they had a white, they had a pack of 3. That was like the 3, and it had white, this color, and another color. And I put it against the white one, and it was so, like, you could tell it wasn't white, but it's so pretty. It's almost like a pearl. I mean, that is metallic, and it's absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. I'm gonna do something with that. But you know, most of the time when I see things, I can think right off the top of my head, like what I'm gonna do with it, what I'm gonna make with it, like right off the bat. But you know, sometimes things kind of stump me. You know, I think that I hear Jaden, he's like yapping about some food or something. But anyway, so I thought to myself, this is so pretty. Y'all, I've got to go back over there and get some more of those. If you wonder why I do this at the end of the video, it's because I'm trying to make a picture. Because I found that your stuff looks prettier if you make your little pictures. And I always try to make a little picture while I'm talking at the end of, and I think it's kind of like, it catches people's eye when you do that a little bit. So, you know, just to make it more pleasing to, you know, because I'm not a real fancy person. Y'all know that. I'm not a big fancy person. And, so I just try to make it look nice and, you know, but anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stage it to make it look pretty. You know, we want it to be pretty. Anyhow, I think that's probably busy enough. What y'all think? That's busy enough. But anyway, that makes a nice picture, don't it? So, okay. Enough of that jaw jacking. But y'all have an awesome rest of your day and the rest of your week. One of my sister's birthdays is tomorrow. We're gonna celebrate her birthday, making some tacos, and so we're gonna do that. And then I have another sister that lives in Arkansas. Her birthday is the next day. And I have a sister that got adopted. Okay, and that's a story. And it's a pretty long story, so we're not gonna talk about that today. I may do that one day. I may tell you the story of my 2 sisters that got adopted. But my one sister, when she turned 21, her family let her find us, and it was pretty amazing. So yeah, but anyway, and my other sister, anyway, I don't have a clue about where she's at or anything, but anyway, okay, but have a good day, and just remember that I think you're very special. And thank you for coming to my channel and hanging out with me. And I pray you get inspired. And some of the things that you see, if I have bought extras, they will be going in a giveaway. You know, when I get to 750, I will do a giveaway. And I try to put things back for that. So when I see things, you know, I'm going to get extras. And they will be in a giveaway. So, and I love to do giveaways. So, but anyway, so y'all have a great night. And I will be back on here this week. And I've got some Mary Poppins diaries that I've got together, and I'm gonna hopefully by the end of the week I can kind of get one finished so I can show you that. And I love making those. When I make them, I sell them very fast, and I have to remake them, and yeah, I can't keep them. So but I'm gonna make some more for my craft fair, so I've been working on that, so hopefully I can get that finished by the end of the week so I can show you that. But I love you all, but remember, God loves you more. Bye.